Hi Capricorn, this is your reading for this week of March 3rd, or when you hear it and it resonates. And of course it will not be for every Capricorn. So Capricorn, apologies for having been missing in action for the last couple of weeks. Needed some time off, but now this is all about you. So Capricorn, the image that I first saw as I was preparing to work with you today was I was seeing you chiseling at a block of stone. Not a huge block, life size. And you're chipping away, and there's frustration because then you stand back and you go, but what's it supposed to be? I don't really know. So there's a certain amount of consternation, agitation, impatience almost about not knowing what form you're meant to be carving out of this beautiful piece of stone. And it is a beautiful piece of stone. It's a dark stone. It's very solid. It's almost like it's obsidian because it's that beautiful deep black, very smooth surface. So there you are looking at this gorgeous stone, wondering what it is you're supposed to be creating out of it. And what Spirit is saying is all of that agitation. No, you don't need to do that. You don't need to have that because it's already there. Just turn around, walk around, and look at it from another angle. And you'll see that the form is already inherently there in that stone. Yes, there are some pieces that are ready to be chipped away or sanded away ever so slightly. Thank you. I wanted to say chipped, and it's like, no, it's sanded away very gently. So as I was looking at that image, the feeling that I was really getting from this image and this information that Spirit was giving me, it really is that sense that for many of you, there seems to be a real lack of clarity about where you'd like to be going in the world with yourself, how you want to be presenting, because this stone and this carving is about who you are allowing yourself to become. And what Spirit is saying is you're already that thing that you wish to be. You're struggling in your mind, thinking that you have to do something or that you have to have this clear image of what it's meant to be. But what Spirit is saying, and this is really important, Capricorn, is that you are already who you wish to be. The you that you wish to be is already inside of you. I know that sounds like New Age, whatever. But what's important here is for you to understand that you're not always seeing or taking into account the qualities that you have that are already formed, already there, ready for you to use. That sometimes because you're not aware of that, because you don't always necessarily understand some of the nuanced gifts that you have, some of the abilities that you have to be more fluid, to be more in touch with emotion, to be able to flow with it as opposed to being rigid like stone. Because that's the other thing as I'm tuning in here, what I'm being directed to notice is the one where you're struggling, the side where you're struggling to chip away, it is rigid and you're approaching it with rigidity. The other side, there's this beautiful fluid form. I didn't describe the form to you before, but it's this beautiful fluid human form that is there. And what you're being shown, of course, is that it's just a matter of sanding off. So where you might be struggling, feeling kind of hopeless about where you can take yourself in the future or where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be, you're saying, no. Just get curious about yourself. Just get curious, because sometimes that sense of needing to fix and needing to chip away at things and being rigid in our attempt to be fluid, we can really link into some old neural patterns that are keeping us kind of stuck in the belief that we are not enough, that we can't, whatever our particular, hot spots are there emotionally. That can be the thing that prevents us from moving forward. Sometimes moving forward is about not having a vision of where you want to move. And so you just kind of let life happen. But Capricorn, that's no longer the case with you. What I'm seeing, my dears, is that there is a real ability that you're developing now to look at whatever things in your life you have not been the most satisfied with, especially when it comes to things that you have done or things that have not been done for you, that you're understanding things in a much bigger picture now that can be overcoming that hopelessness. And what you're being told is, as you're going through this process, because of course it's a process, right? We've never just like arrived and here we are evolved. We're constantly in a process of evolution. We're constantly in a process of figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and that changes all the time because life is full of different elements and variables. Capricorn, you're being told, take God with you. Please, in this process, as you're moving from that need to be secure, which can lead to rigidity, to trusting that you are secure, to getting curious about things rather than when there's something that comes up that you don't like or you can't quite figure out, you don't have to get rigid about it. You can soften in and you can say, no, I'm going to remember that God is not only with me in this moment, but the divine is in everything. And I can allow myself to take a different approach, to get curious about it instead of working hard at making some new shape and then going, oh, that's not it. To soften, to walk around, to get a different perspective, and to allow yourself then to see what's already there for you, because it's a lot, and in you, because that's a lot. It's really about what's in you. So I'm going to leave you with that, Capricorn. I hope this is helpful. Take good care.